Hello Deadheads, and welcome back to our channel, or welcome for the first time, new Deadheads. This is the best device that Retroid sells. Oh, wait, no. Although this is a great device, no, there's something better now. There's this guy right here, the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. At $199, is this the best device for you? Will it give you what you're looking for? Will it bring finally the dream of having the full or near full catalog of PlayStation 2 and GameCube games in your pocket? Well, stay tuned to this review as we go through and put the paces. You've seen the unboxing, and now I've been playing with this for a while, so we're going to take a look at this and do a full review on this newest Retroid model. Again, the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, which is retailing for $199, and we're going to go through here. Please remember to leave us some comments, Deadheads. Let us know how we're doing and give us some positive feedback. We enjoy it. We want to make this channel the best we can. And so let's get right onto it and let's see how good this really is at playing some of the high-end emulators. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I've been playing with this for about a week now and really testing this out and trying to see, you know, what possible limits it's have. I want to start this review out with one thing though. Let's get this right out of the way. I don't want this to be a comparison video, although I am going to point out a few comparisons. But at $199, this is the best device you can get for under $200. There's no doubt about that in my mind. It is the best device that play the most amount of things that are available. Sorry for the edit there. My co-hosts, aka my fur babies, my dogs, saw something and went crazy. Anyways, as we were saying, there is little doubt in my mind that if you want to spend up to $199, this is the device that's going to give you the most ability. Now that being said, let's get this out of the way. It is not this. It is not the Odin 2. It is not going to perform at the level of the Odin 2. You're going to get a bigger screen. You're going to get a much better experience. They're both running Android 13. But again, for $100 more, go this way if you can. Save up and go for the Odin 2. That being said, I don't want to take away from how wonderful this device is. Now, no device is perfect, and there are some caveats here. First of all, I love this crystal color, and I know that there's a bunch of different colorways, but on this crystal one, I kept forgetting that my micro SD card was right here because it's just hard to see. So I thought that was kind of interesting. They used black up here, so I'm not sure why they didn't use black there. Maybe that's something you'll like, I don't know. But that was a little bit interesting to me when playing through this. Second of all, as far as PlayStation 2 and GameCube goes, you're going to get the results that, you know, 80 to 90% of the catalog is going to play just fine at 1x, and probably 40 to 50% of it's going to play real fine at 2 to 3x. So it's going to depend on the games. I am going to show you a couple of games that chug through here. I did try those games on other, including Odin, so it's probably the game itself and not having the right patches that really affect the gameplay of it. But I don't want to stop you from that. There's community spreadsheets where you can see compatibility and all that, and there's plenty of other YouTubers out there showing different footages of games. So again, this is at $199, the absolute best thing I've used handheld. It's comfortable, the build quality is excellent, it's got bright buttons, it's clicky. The D-pad is really good. It has great sticks. They've moved the start and select together and the home and back together over here. I love that change. It's not nearly as thick as I thought it would be when I first saw it online. It's got a good cooling solution. The Dimensity 1100 is performing at a pretty high level. It's just a great unit. So with that said, let's just take a look at a little bit of footage. I do want to show you some things. I don't want to sugarcoat it here and make you think that picking this up and playing right out of the box is going to play every PlayStation 2 game. That's unrealistic. It has more to do with the software development than the hardware capabilities at this point. But let's dive in. Let's take a look at some PlayStation 2. We'll be right back. All right, Deadheads. And the first thing we look at is some Jack 3. I wanted to show you, I've got this running and you can see that it's just running a bit slow here. Not running really smoothly, kind of slow here. Oops, almost fell. And it looks great, but if we go into our emulator settings here and we go to the graphics, I am running it through Vulkan at 2.25. If we take it down to 1.75, and I don't have anything else changed on here, it's just the rest of the settings, you can see that it runs a little better, but it's still not running at that fluidness. Again, it's got whatever widescreen patches that have been installed, and this is more of a emulator issue and an Android issue than it would be the capabilities of this chip. As I burn Jack up here for that. But if we stop here and we pull up the original Jack game, you'll see that that plays way better. So again, I don't want it to seem like that it can't run this game because of the Pocket itself or this chipset, but more so just because of Android emulation. And the state of it is the PS2 emulator development stopped on this Ether SSX over a year ago, and so totally, really, we're kind of missing out on that ability to do that. But you'll see here, running the emulator with the same settings here, it just looks way better. And look at that. I mean, it's like night and day. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. But this is what we've all been waiting for. This is what we've been looking for, an upscaled PS2 experience in our pocket. And so again, I don't want to falsely make people think that, you know, if you have never done emulation, you can just grab this thing and it'll come with ROMs and be ready to go. That's not the case. Someday I hope we'll have a setup like that. But certainly this is going to take a little bit of work to get out of the box. Another game that I tried to play and get working out of the box was Hot Shot Tennis. That's a game that I like a lot. And I could not get that running. Even on my Odin, I could not get it to run good. So it totally, you know, is going to be game dependent. Hit and Run, though, the Simpsons Hit and Run is another one I'll show you guys that just looks gorgeous and just runs really good. I don't know if you can see the frame rate up here in the corner. Might be hard to see if you're looking at, you know, on your phone, but we'll try to show that up there as we play through this footage here. And certainly love this game. And if you've never played this game, it's pretty fun. It's like a take on Crazy Taxi meets Grand Theft Auto, I guess is how I would describe it. Which, you know, makes for an interesting combination of games. And again, this thing is pretty comfortable to hold. Now there is the official grip. I did not get the grip. Now I do have the grip from the Retro Pocket 3, and it actually can sort of fit on there, but it's going to block the vents and not really made for that. But look, just beautiful and fluid. Gotta love the Simpsons, you know. One of America's treasures for sure. But you can see this is running just really nice and fluid. No problem here. He has a wedgie, that's funny. Run over people. So yeah, just nice, fluid. Again, we could take this up a couple levels on the, and the fan is going, but let's take this up to 3x and it's gonna just look even better. Really interesting because, you know, again, we have something like this that's able to do that, and you know, the game Jack 3 is just struggling at 1.75x. So again, software development and maximizing the use of this is really where we need this to go from here. Getting a more powerful chip is not really going to help you. I mean, the Odin 2 is probably where you would want to be as far as power goes. Anything above that, we got to have better software development. All right, guys, let's take a look at a little bit of Gamecube, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and let's take a look at some Gamecube performance here on the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. And I have loaded up some Sonic Adventure, so we can take a look at that. This is running on the Dolphin for handheld emulator that is pre-installed on our Retroid Pocket, which is nice because it's pretty much, you just have to set up your controls and then it's pretty ready to go from there. So I love this game on Dreamcast. It's one of my favorite Dreamcast games, but even better on the GameCube here. It's really still a shame that what happened. And you can see that it's got some clipping here. And so right out of the box, like I said, I didn't want to sugarcoat this. I wanted you guys to see that, you know, this is not a plug-and-play solution that some of the, you know, maybe news articles or views that you're seeing are portraying it to be. So you are going to have to do a little adjustment and tinkering with different games. And we can get this to look good if we go in and we just adjust some things here. Let's pause the emulation and go into our settings. And our internal resolution is at 5x. Let's go ahead and put this at a full resolution. And you're going to see that it won't play any better. It certainly looks better, but it still has some artifacts and clipping. So this is pretty unplayable like this. So we're going to have to do a little fiddling here. And again, I'm showing this because I want you guys to understand that, you know, this is not what everyone had hoped for, just a straight plug and play like you do with your 16-bit or 32-bit or 64-bit games that pretty much just pop in here and play. We'll get there someday. But you can see without that background clipping, this would look pretty good. And so again, this is more of a software issue than it is anything else. And now that we've got past that sunrise that's coming out and causing that layer to look that way, it actually looks pretty good. Okay guys, I'm going to pause here. We're going to load in a different GameCube game to show you some GameCube play that actually works really well. We'll be right back. So now let's look at Simpsons Hit and Run on the GameCube so we can kind of see how it plays through the GameCube. This is, like I said, in the PS2 version. This is such a fun game. Let's zap through and get through this start scene and get to the gameplay. Alright, local man ruins hot dog eating contest. And you can see here, again, we're running this just at 1x. And it looks great. Not sure which one I think looks better, although I think that the controls on the PlayStation, I just prefer controls to the GameCube controls here. But you can see that this just looks really good at the 1x. Now, obviously there are other versions of Dolphin, and I didn't really go in and try to maximize. There may be a version where we can get better looking, but this is using the MMJR fork, and I think Retroid included this because this is going to give you the best overall experience playing on your GameCube games here. So, as you saw with Sonic, you know, Sonic is not plug and play. This is. So I just wanted you guys to, you know, kind of see some real life experience of it, so you don't get the wrong idea that this is just, you know, the nirvana of handhelds at $200. You are going to have some games that are just not going to cooperate and play. All right, guys. So we're going to just wrap this up with the final thoughts, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys. So again, as I started this video off, this review video, I am super impressed with what the Retroid company has been able to do and produce here. They do have a model, the Retroid Pocket 4 regular, that has a lower chipset for $50 less. It's the Dimensity 900 versus the Dimensity 1100 in the Pocket 4 Pro. I strongly believe that that $50 is worth the difference in price, and would encourage you to go ahead and save up and get this. At $149, I would probably just drop down and get the Retroid Pocket 2S. That is going to give you some PlayStation 2 and GameCube performance, and everything beneath it, it's going to play well. And again, look at our review for that model. I have the metal version here, which is $150. So unless you want to get really premium, you can get the $90 or $100 version of this, the Retroid Pocket 2S. But at the $199, this is the best you can get. I'm hoping this is going to spur on some more competition. I've got a look coming soon at another unit called the Game Force Ace that is going to try to compete here in the same space. And there's some more models coming soon, including the Anbernic 556. So looking forward to the competition expanding here at this price point, hovered around $200. The things that I would do better with this, really, the ergonomics are great. I think the screen, you know, could be improved just a little bit. I wish it was maybe just a tad bit bigger than the size of it. Although I like the pocketability of this. I love the textures on the triggers here. They feel nice. I like that the fan is not too loud and works pretty well. I think the software development is well done here by Retroid. I think they support their models. They have a great business model, and they have great customer service, and really think that this is going to be the best you can get right around that $200 price point. Okay, guys, so again, Dead Fred has given this a big thumbs up, and this is in contender for, you know, one of our favorite handhelds of the year. I didn't know initially how much I would like this. I loved the 3 Plus, but wasn't sure about this. I loved the 2S, but this one wasn't sure. So until you get your hands on this, it's kind of hard to know. But again, just remember, this is not the ultimate plug-and-play PS2 GameCube emulator handheld pocketable that we thought it could be. We're still a ways off from that, mostly not due to the fault of Retroid, but more so to the ideal of software comparison, you know, improving. Okay, guys, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I hope that this video has been informative. Again, you know, I've shown you guys how this works on USB-C over on my other videos, so you can check that out. And certainly, this is just a great unit. Okay, well, we will see you next time. This is Dead Fred checking out. Peace.